Back at it again. So I've got the two patches tacked in fairly solid. I'm going to turn this over and dolly the edges over, get them nice and tight, and then we'll come back over and finish with them. Morning everybody, how you going? So just like to do a quick video just thanking all my new subscribers just in the last few weeks. Just rocked over 220, which is awesome. Still early days yet, obviously, you know, for the bigger picture, but I appreciate every one of you. You know, it's every little bit towards that magic, sort of that first 1,000 makes all the difference. And thanks to all the guys that have done shout outs to my channel, you know, like Sobering Restoration, or Arco over at Outlaw Edge, you know, and there's been a few others as well over the last sort of while. I can't think of everybody, but so yeah, thanks guys for the extra shout out and help pushing the channel along a little bit. So people that see your channel, you know, can say, oh shit, you know, we'll jump over and have a look at that one. And I do the same thing, you know. I always try and give people shout outs of the best I can. So yeah, still working on the Jag. Got the door back on there yesterday. I sort of filmed a little bit as I was starting to put the patches in the corners, and then just ended up doing all sorts of bits and pieces. And yeah, my father, and by the time I'd sort of come back and doing other stuff, we went to did some groceries and bits and pieces. And by the time I come back, my father had sort of cleaned the door up after I'd finished well to get in, and bolted it back on the car to make sure everything's fitting properly. So I'll stop the camera in a minute, and I'll make another little video, and we'll, you know, as I do some more over the next, maybe today or tomorrow or something like that, I'll put a video up about that. But I'll stop the camera shortly and I'll do a quick video on that just to show you what's going on. So yeah. So anyway, so thanks for a couple of, or you know, just the 220, and we're creeping up still. That's awesome. And I see Arco's almost 13,500 subs. It's just crazy. Like, I can, you know, it's I've been back here about 3 weeks now. So yeah, like it was only 2 or 3 weeks before that. So like within the last sort of 6 to 7 weeks, he's gone from 2,000 or 3,000 subs to 13,000 and climbing fast. Every time I look at it, there's another 100. It's crazy. We talk all the time, and when it's night time over there, I'm still looking at his, flicking through his old videos and bits and pieces. And every time I go in there, there's another, you know, another 20 or 30 subs. You know, if I'm jumping backwards and forwards between videos and going back into his you know, video log, and I'm always looking for new videos because he's got so many there that I haven't seen. You know, and I try to go through and I sort of pick through what I sort of want to watch, and there's you know, a lot of the bush stuff I come back and watch later because it's not really my forte, but I'm still pretty interested. Like that's something I used to do years ago, was do bush walks and all that sort of stuff, but I'm actually hoping to get back into that, and with all the biking and walking we've been doing in the last few weeks, I've got quite a bit fitter. So and hopefully over the next couple of months or whatever, depending on how long we have to stay here until this curfew lifts all around the world and they open up the borders, and all these other little pieces come together, so we can go from New Zealand to the States and Minnesota, and then head towards the Canadian border, pretty much, over Big Falls. So that'd be awesome if we can get there in the next. I'd love to be there before Arco's car show, because it sounds like if that all goes ahead and everything's all cleaned up, well, clean up enough that people can move around, by the sounds of it, that's going to be huge. Like they did, sorry I'm rambling a bit, but yeah, like their first car show, from what I understand, was about the 100 mark, and their last one, or their second one, was a sneak over that, or around that sort of figure as well. I was talking to Arco there a wee while ago, and he said he's probably had, I don't know, but in the ballpark heading towards a 1,000 people wanting to come. I'm not sure if it's 1,000 cars, but 1,000 people. So it might be 1,000 cars. It's going to be insanely big. Like that's a big jump. It's not a little jump. That's a massive jump. So I'm hoping that that I can get there and help them get that organised. Like, I have no idea. I've never dealt with anything like that before, of that sort of level. But if we can get 1,000 vehicles there in the town of Big Falls, it's going to be mayhem. But it'll be awesome. So yeah. Alright guys, we'll catch you later. Cheers. How you going, everybody? So I just did that little sub video before. So I thought I'd just show you what's going on with the door quickly. So we've got this back on. It fits pretty well. I might just have to do a light bit of a couple of tacks along here just to help fill that up. It's in a little bit here, and just to bring it back out to the right level, and then grind it out, and maybe just take a nick off that corner. Put just a couple of tacks on it just to join it back up. And we've got to give that panel there. It's just poking out a little bit in that corner, so we've got to just try and bring it in a little bit. It's not bad, but it's just sitting out a little. The rest of it sits here pretty good. It's poking out here a bit, so obviously that panel just needs a wee bit more roll in it. So yeah, but it basically fits really good and clean. And I'll just show you from the inside if I can. Sorry about all the shaky camera. So the inside of that door looks pretty good. We're just blowing a wee bit of black paint on there in the meantime, just to so it doesn't look so rusty, and well, just keep it cleaned up. So yeah, pretty happy. Just got a little bit of finessing, I suppose you want to call it. And yeah, just put a few little light tacks down that corner and just dress it up a little bit, just get it a bit better. So yeah, so that'll do. Alright guys, cheers. Alrighty, quick update on the next door. So in the middle of the door there was a rusty piece near the top. It had some sound deadening in before, and it had fallen away in one spot and was holding a bit of moisture in behind. So we modified a pair of vice grips and made a flanging tool. Just made this repair panel. Okay, the edges aren't dead perfect, but so yeah, we're going to set that up from underneath, weld it in, and then we'll get in there with some urethane or something like that, or some seam sealer in behind, and we'll just seal it in. But we'll weld it all the way around. Let's quickly show you over here. So about there is the hole. Just cleaning up and getting it ready to weld in. Righty, there you go guys. So I finished out here today, but we'll just do a quick video on what we've done. So we've got this patch in, and it's actually flanged underneath there. It's pulled in a little bit, but it's not super bad. Like, we're going to end up with probably a couple mil at the worst. We might have another go tomorrow. I'm just getting in with the one spoon on the inside and one spoon on the outside, and hopefully we can just knock it out a little bit more. It's not bad, but it's in a little bit. It sort of sucked in as we're welding it, but I was basically welding and cooling and welding and cooling and welding and cooling, but it just pulled. There wasn't much I can do about it, and I tried to grind it off and hammer and dolly a bit as I went too, but it's just one of those things. A bit more experience, and I might have been able to stop it, but that's something I'm going to learn when I get to over to Minnesota with Arco and that. It's just one of those things. There was a little bit in here, and quickly knocked that out too. So that's pretty much that door sort of done for. And then we worked, all the corners are good on this. But what was wrong with this was had some sound deadening in there, and it actually had fallen away from here. And with the rain, it had actually run down inside there and actually pulled in there, and it rotted it in from the inside. So that's that. Now, on the insides of the jag doors, at the bottom and under here, there's all these little clips that help hold the rubber out for the drain holes. There's some of these on the doors. I don't know if you can see that. They're getting a bit pitted and a bit rotten. Focus. Put it down there, see if you can see. So they're getting a bit pitted and a bit rotten. So we thought yesterday, with a bit of panel steel, that light stuff, we actually made a little jig to make some more. So we just had a bit of rod in there, knocked it down with a hammer, and we hit the holes in there to basically set it in there and just drilled it. So we made a heap of them. Oh, well, Dad made a heap of them. I think late yesterday. So there's a few of the original ones and then a few of the ones we made here. So I think that's an original and that's a made one. So like, they're not super easy to tell apart a little bit, but yeah, like, so we made quite a few new ones, and if we need to make any more as we go, we'll, but there's just a few of them are getting a bit thin and rotten, so I thought it was a little simple little thing to make. So it's a cool little thing that was easy. So yeah, that's basically what we've been up to today. So yeah, tomorrow we'll might do a little bit more hammer and dolly work in the back of that. See if we can get that'll lift a little bit more. But with that metal ruler sitting over there in the flat with holding it down, there's a little bit of a gap underneath there. But it's not horrendous, but it's not, you know, like super great. Unfortunately, it's pulled and it's sort of hold flat in there. I did shape that initially, but it's just, yeah, it's just one of those things. Probably maybe when we flanged it too, because I flanged it after I shaped it, so that might have flattened it out a little bit, so when it's pulled in there and flattened out, so I don't know, but it's one of those things. So that's another door down. Basically prep work and get it ready to you know, body filler and primer and paint and whatever else afterwards. So that's two down. We still haven't done anything extra with this. We're just going to do a little bit of finishing work on that just to get it right. We're just going to roll that bottom corner in a little. It's just sticking out a touch, and we're just going to put a little fill on that front edge with a few tacks and grind it off and clean it up. So yeah, hopefully probably tomorrow or the day after or something like that we'll start working on the other side. So yeah, that's pretty much it so far. So I'll give you a quick update. Yeah, that'll do. Cheers, see ya.